in a land where mountains touched the sky and rivers whispered of ancient gods. The world was divided, light against shadow, heaven against earth. They called it the era of blades, when the power of one's heart could awaken a weapon mightier than armies. Far from the golden cities, in a forgotten valley of mist, a boy named Li Feng was born under a crimson moon. On that night, a comet fell, and the old seers said, "A sword of destiny has chosen its master." But fate is never kind to those it favors. When Li Feng was 10, his village was burnt to ashes by the Dark Lotus sect, a cult that sought to rule the martial world through blood and fear. His parents were slain before his eyes, and from that night, he carried two things in his heart: grief and vengeance. Years passed. Li Feng wandered the wilderness, hungry, beaten, forgotten. But one stormy night, he was found by an old wanderer known only as Master Yun, a man whose sword could cut lightning in half. Under Yun's harsh training, the boy grew strong, his body hardened by wind, his will sharpened by pain. "The sword is not a weapon," Master Yun once told him. "It is your soul. Wield it without hatred, or it will devour you." But Li Feng's heart was heavy, and deep inside, hatred burned like fire. When he turned 18, Master Yun handed him an ancient blade, one forged from the comet that fell on the night of his birth. It shimmered with a strange blue light, the celestial tear. With it, Li Feng began his journey, a path to reclaim his honor and bring justice to the fallen. He crossed kingdoms, fought bandits and assassins, and in every battle, his legend grew. Yet the more he fought, the more he realized the truth. The Dark Lotus sect was not a cult alone, but a shadow that reached into the very heart of the empire. In a grand martial tournament at the capital, Li Feng faced Mo Ling, the cold-eyed champion of the Lotus sect. Before the eyes of thousands, their swords clashed like thunder, sparks rained across the arena. When the final blow came, Li Feng's celestial tear shattered Mo Ling's blade into dust. As his opponent fell, he whispered, "You have no idea who your true enemy is." Then came the storm. That night, the emperor was assassinated. The court descended into chaos, and Master Yun was accused of treason, executed before Li Feng could save him. Only then did the truth reveal itself. The Dark Lotus sect was born from the emperor's own council, its roots buried deep within the throne. Li Feng vanished into the mountains, broken yet unbowed. There, he met Li Yu, a healer whose songs could calm even the fiercest beast. She tended to his wounds and soothed his spirit. For the first time, he learned peace and love. But destiny is cruel to those who defy it. Li Yu was captured by the Lotus sect bait to draw him out. Li Feng, now a man forged by loss and battle, descended from the mountains like a storm reborn. Every step he took left a trail of light. When he reached the gates of the Lotus stronghold, he raised his blade to the sky. "The past dies tonight," he said. Under a blood-red moon, the battle began. Steel clashed, flames rose, and the world trembled. When Li Feng faced the sect's grandmaster, the man behind his parents' death, their spirits collided in a storm of light and shadow. In the end, Li Feng's celestial tear burned with heavenly fire, and with one final strike, he split the mountain in two. Silence followed. At dawn, as the sun rose over the valley, Li Feng stood alone, his blade broken, his vengeance fulfilled. He looked to the sky and whispered, "Master, I have finally understood. A sword's true strength lies not in anger, but in the heart that wields it." And as the wind carried his words across the land, a new legend was born. The journey of legend, a tale sung for generations, of a boy who became a storm, and a man who became peace. Please like and subscribe.